Alright, so I wanted to do a small video. I was kind of just going over the Beyond chart like usual, but I really wanted to go over this because I think it has really good, like, I don't really know what to call it, like a routine to go through, I guess, for technical analysis. I really like what I just did, so I wanted to delete my screen and go back through it all. So, you're looking towards current price, right? So first of all, in the next video that I post, I'm going to be going over trends. I want to talk about primary, secondary, and tertiary trends and how you can use them to your advantage when you're going through your technical analysis routines. It's very helpful because you'll get a good grip on not just the level side of things. You'll get a good, like, I guess, hands around it type thing, to where you'll get a better grip on what you're about to be charting or trying to trade, because you're not going to want to be playing. You're going to be wanting to look for dips to play calls on a thing that's in an uptrend. You're going to be wanting to play puts on the resistance stops on a downtrend, right? So it's always good to get a good trend, because trend is your friend. So it's always good to go and get a good grip on that. So, but that's next video. I'm gonna go over this now though. So all I was doing though is I was just thinking about my trends, and I was thinking like, all right, let's start with our price level tool. And I was just trying to focus on this right here because I want to put levels around that. So I was looking over to the far left, and when I see this right here, I was like, man, that's pretty impressive, because you have a good rejection here. You got some information there. You have a rejection here. Information there before a push up. You have a 40% entry there, 80% confident retest break there, retest break there. That's our high of our head and shoulders on the right here. And then we're almost reaching back up to it again. So it looks like this 168, 167 range is a very, very strong level for the near future for Beyond. If we do get another push up, I believe 168 is where we head towards. That's where you're going to want to pay attention to see. If it gets up into this range, it's going to be very aggressive, because it's going to be in a range that doesn't have an amazing amount of volume profile. I would say a lot of the volume profile is between here and here. I don't even have it on my screen, but I'm just spitballing where I think it is. But there's not going to be as much volume here, so it's got cleaner ground to go up. So once it gets above this break, you can see it do some pretty aggressive jumps. Or even like this, where it goes up and down really fast, just because, that's a pretty weird zone to jump into, since it hasn't been there a whole lot. It's just an unusual spot for it. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that resistance just for the future. And then I saw this big gap range here, so I wanted to mark that. Whoops, wrong tool. So I wanted to mark that, because that's always been, one of the most crucial ranges. And what else would I really like about it is this higher low here. It never reached it right here. And then you have a break here again, and then you have a break under again. But right here, you have a good resistance with some wicks. I was talking about wicks with Myth in the other day. There's a couple wicks that go above that same exact level. You have another gap range start here. You have a support catch here, and you have a bunch of price action sitting here. So there's a lot of volume profile sitting right on this 129s to 130 range, pretty much. This like $1-2 range about right here. Just chilling. There's a lot of resistance and support all in the same area. So anytime you see a price go up and retest that, play to that direction. So if it was to come back down here and catch as a support, grabbing calls to 168 is most likely going to happen. That's just a really good probability to look at. So that's why I want to mark that line. Plus, with all this price action just sitting here, I mean, there's a lot going on right here. And then again, this gap range. So I wanted to mark that. And then heading back to my trends, marking your highs and lows. So what do we have here? Let's mark our highs. And I'm only marking this right here because all this information's come and gone. I'm just kind of marking this year. I want to see what's going on right here after this big support catch, because the support catch is very crucial. That's a very good last ditch effort line. And then you have your high or low here. So it's good to note. So what I want to mark now is my lows. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to mark my lows from here and my high or low here. So now I have a good grip around the price action, a good channel here. So now I know we're in an uptrend, and we have good resistance levels above. So now we're going to break it down to a smaller time frame. Let's just look at, and I'll make this the same color so it isn't hurting anyone's eyes. So I turned off, extended hours is still on. I just turned off the highlighting of it. So now we're going to go and mark some very crucial levels for reasons. So just off the bat, I want to mark this line just because instantly I see that we have a strong resistance here. You have a big move from it, support catch before it does go back up, and you have a bunch of sticking price action on it. You got a wick rejecting there, you got a wick rejecting here, and we have a support catch here before price decided to move up and make a higher low right here. So that's what we're watching right now. So that's kind of a good, fall like future target level. You know, if we have a big break in pre-market or it breaks this trend line, like that's going to be a good line to look for in the future, as vice versa to why we marked that 168 range, because it's just a very big crucial level. So now you're going to want to look for a good resistance now. Where did price give out? About right here. You know, you got a bunch of meat on these candles all in this range right here. A bunch of candles stop right there, then you have some wicks go above it, and then right here kind of have a lower high, so it looks a little more bearish there. So we kind of have a squeeze going between here and here. It's very, very minimal. I'm not even going to draw the line because it's going to look pretty ugly. It's going to look like this. It's just not going to look that good. But just know you are looking to go back towards those levels. That's why that's the target. So 162.20, that looks like a really good break above for the future. Now let's break it down to an even closer range. Let's break it down to like the 1 hour. Let's get closer to the price. I haven't removed any drawings, so we have everything still there. So just looking in this range right here, what do we see? We see our higher low. Once it caught that support, we saw it go up here, so it moved up. It's a good trend, good uptrend from this break of this 143. So now you know this range is a little more bullish than ever. Let's mark this. It's a little ugly. Let's just take it off. So the price level tool. So now we note we have a good resistance here because one, we have a gap range right here. And this is all just marking crucial levels from that guide number 3. This is all talked about because you want to mark your highs, your lows. You want to get a good your hands around the price. You want to get a good grip on what it can do, the possibilities. So we're playing probability. We're not gambling here. Because you know if it breaks above this, that's your target. If it breaks below this trend line's your target. If it breaks this trend line, this line right here is your target. So you have reasoning for every step of the way. So every single day, no matter what pre-market does, it's always good to back out your time frame and check out the bigger picture and really see what's going on. So now, before pre-market has even started tomorrow, I have these levels set just because I went down the time frame. And I just wanted to make this video because it's really good to go down the time frame. Getting good reasoning on your levels, your trend lines, all that good stuff. And so on the next video, I'll be talking about trends, the primary, secondary, tertiary, all that good stuff to help you get a better grip on this stuff. Talking about higher lows, lower highs, all that good stuff, and why you need to be looking at it like that. Because this isn't just a bunch of candles plopped onto the screen. Like, there is reasoning here in every step of the way. You know, there might be some crazy news that makes some catalytic, you know, movement happen, but for the most part, price action will speak to you. And me explaining it just like that is how you guys should be doing it to yourselves. You know, when you're by yourself charting, you should be going through a chart, and every time you mark something on the chart, say out loud why you marked that. You know, there needs to be a reason why you marked that. So for tomorrow, just for BYND's sake, we'll be looking at pre-market levels, but I will leave these levels on the chart for me tomorrow, because now tomorrow, let's say it opens up and price rejects this. You know, it gaps up pre-market, you know. Now I know this level is super strong because it never broke it in pre-market either, seeing that it has these rejections left to right. Look, extend to the left. Resistance. Resistance. And this, we marked this because of the gap. This wasn't because of resistance or support. We marked this because of the gap, but look at it. Resistance, resistance, resistance. The only move that went up was that little bit of movement there. Resistance. So what are we going to get here? We're going to get a big move here. It's going to have to hit this and pop up to the 162s, which is why we have so many levels. And your chart looks clouded, but whenever you're on the time frame trading, you know, this is what you see. So that's why it's good to color code or do whatever it does to help you remember what those lines are. If you have to back out and relook at it again, do so, because it's going to help you immensely when you see why you have that line there. It'll show you the importance and how crucial that line is. So now you know you're not just trading with a bunch of BS lines on your screen. If you see the line, you're going to trade it because you know it's there for a good reason. So that's why it's so important to set these alerts. When you guys see me post these levels, like, I promise you, they're there for a reason, whether they're there for a video or not. So that's why setting alerts is so crucial. So I just want to do this video. If this guy helped you out, if this helped you out with any technical, this is more of just a technical analysis video. I keep getting my head lost and trying to do the more complex videos for you guys, but I really need to remember that not everyone's on the same level as some of the more advanced guys in the chat. I'm not even talking about me. I'm just talking about just people in general. You know, everyone's on a different spectrum of learning right now. But this is kind of what I wanted to get out. I'll be dropping. There's a couple of videos I've really been wanting to do. I just haven't been getting the time because I'm working on the courses and all the other stuff going on right now. But the primary trends video, or trend lines, I guess I should just say, is the next video I'm going to work on. And then another volume video. I saw a couple guys talking about volume. I do talk about volume in a lot of the videos already, though. but I guess I can do a video just focused on it. So I hope this video helped you. If you guys need me to send you a video or private video on any stock you guys want to work on, please DM me. I send videos out to people all the time. I would gladly send you one. It's no big deal. Just DM me. Let me know. I hope this video helped you guys.